So one of the reasons why localization is the economics of happiness is because it's about moving away from this globalizing consumer culture towards a way of life where we have more connection with one another. And this is so much more important than many people realize, because in the path of globalization, young people are being influenced by role models that are completely one-dimensional, that look perfect. They look beautiful and rich and clever, and you, whoever you are, you're not good enough. And I think it's really important that we realize that this is a global problem. Even in the heart of America or in Sweden, where I grew up, where the most beautiful girl who looks just like the model, blonde hair, blue eyes, Western, little 6-year-old girls are saying, I'm not thin enough, I'm not going to eat, and starving themselves sometimes to death. In America, younger and younger people are saying they want plastic surgery. These are terrible signs of self-rejection, self-hatred that are linked to epidemics of depression, eating disorders, drug abuse, alcohol abuse has increased. We really need to look at this clearly, and we won't understand it if we don't look at the bigger picture and understand that it's happening worldwide because of the worldwide global consumer culture and its impact. So localizing is already demonstrating in many communities now that when you start turning away from the media, from the fashion competition, the message to the child is that if you want to be loved, if you want to have that recognition and respect of your peer group, you've got to have the latest running shoes, you've got to have the latest Levi's, you've got to have the latest toys, you've got to have the latest car when you get a bit older. And the child that wants more than anything else to be loved and respected goes down this path and ends up feeling envied and separate from other people, not loved and connected. When, on the other hand, children have far more living people around them, ideally different age groups interacting, and not in a monoculture of just 1-year-olds, 5-year-olds, where the competition is very intense. But when you have people interacting of different generations and you have the human contact, you become seen for who you are, not for what you're wearing or what you own. You're appreciated for being kind, for having a sense of humor, for being clever, whatever it is. We all have our strengths and weaknesses, and we're none of us perfect. So the child ends up with a realistic sense of who they can be, and they feel seen and heard by being in that group. So this revitalization of live, face-to-face culture is essential to our well-being, and localizing is the economic path that would not only make that possible, but would make it part of our everyday life. So the economics of happiness is about rebuilding our connections to one another and to the natural world around us, to the animals, to the plants. This is how we evolved. This is how we have lived for almost the entire time we've been on this planet. This is who we are. We are human through connection.